Hello everybody and welcome to our third game of this scrim here between Team Refiance and Total Control. We had some side game, a lot of matches lined up for you, but instead we're going to be bringing you some scrim action already. We've had one game, we had two games, and now we actually had a third game, so it's going to be a best of three between these two teams. It is currently 1-1 in case you couldn't tell, because obviously it wouldn't really have a third game in a best of three otherwise, but Refiance picked up game one very handily. Total Control picked up game 2 very handily with a nice split pooch strategy, and now we're here in game 3 for all the marbles, the power of the glory. No prizes sadly, but you do get bragging rights for the next week or so until you lose next week to them in a scrim. But it's been awesome to bring you these games, guys. My name is Pastrytime, and I am joined yet again by my lovely co-caster Kyara, who hopefully will not have her log client crash on her again.
Yep, hopefully I can actually say intelligent stuff this time, not have to go off a laggy. Well, not really laggy, just slightly delayed stream.
Alrighty, so sorry if you guys are missing the K-pop already, but we are into picks and bands, and this is serious business, as serious as K-pop is. There's no room, sadly, for all the awesome music between what is going on now. We're going to have Elysian and Ramus picked up. Actually, I just remembered that Total Control should beat Shen in that situation, which was quite strong, which kind of makes sense given that they didn't ban him. So it was impressive to see that win. Actually, that completely slipped my mind that there was a Shen last game. But we are going to have a Shen ban this time for Team Refiance. Apparently the K-pop literally hurt someone's ears. I'm sorry, give shots a shot, but the masses want K-pop, and I have to say yes. Olaf is the band now as well. The last band, sorry, I should say, for Total Control. Then Lee Sin and Ramus is the bands off as well. We have Rise and Shen, so Rise yet again banned out. By Refiance, they clearly respect the Rise, and we're going to see what their last band is. What do you think of the band so far?
Well, I think the next one's got to be a Teemo.
That's true. I mean, oh, it's going to be Morgana instead.
What?
Well,
Why?
Maybe they won't play the same strat. Who knows?
But it didn't work.
Well, they could maybe pick some sort of AP or range champion up against Teemo. It would be a little bit easier. Someone like Vladimir top maybe wouldn't be too bad. But there is going to be first pick Janna for Total Control. We saw them in the first game, so no Janna ban this time actually means that Janna's available this time. Total Control had first pick first game. They first picked Janna and actually lost that game, which was not good. But they do obviously respect Janna quite a great deal. We do actually have a sub player as well for Total Control. Desire Lol had a couple of net problems in their second game and has now bowed out to it. Just watch the stream, I think, so hi if you're here. And we're going to have Zephyrus as the support for Total Control instead, so thanks Zephyrus for subbing so we can have a third game here. And we actually have a sub for
Refiance, we have Marijuana.
Yep, Marijuana's the sub. He was playing AD last game, we'll see if he continues to play AD. I believe What Ahead was the AD player in the first game, was the one they got replaced with. So Soraka Graves would be a very interesting lane if they play it in bot. Looks like they are going to play it as well. Pretty strong lane actually. One of the few strong Soraka lanes still left in my opinion. It pushes very, very hard, and it's very hard to kind of get Graves out of the way, given that he's just got so much health and so much mana coming out from that Soraka. We're going to have maybe an Ashe pickup again, so they're going to run Ashe Janna this time instead of Ashe Nunu. Ashe Nunu was quite good when they ran it, but looks like they might run Ashe instead. Of course, Anton continuing to troll me and going to just pick the rando champions, and maybe a Warwick again for Camp Futures, who played Warwick in the first game to not all that much success, had a much better game as Nocturne in their second game, but maybe he feels like going Warwick, maybe a TF pickup as well now. We'll have to see.
Could have been a serious Lulu, it could have been a mid Lulu.
It could be a mid Lulu, that's true, but I don't think Andaxian owns Lulu. I'm not going to lie to you. So we shall see. Maybe. Oh, I'm just going to wait for them to lock in, and then we'll see what happens now. Who is messaging me?
Oh no, Ashe back. There you go, Janna Ashe.
So they are going to run the classic Janna Ashe lane. We've got 8 more seconds to change their mind. And we could, of course, have Warwick top as well if that is their pick. And so they do have the option of switching if they need to, which is good. Alrighty, so there is going to be Warwick and Ashe there for Total Control. 2 more picks now for Team Refiance. They've got their bot lane all set already, unless it's going to be running Soraka mid, which would be all sorts of craziness. Mundo could be a very, very strong pick here for Refiance, especially against a slower jungler like Warwick. That would be very, very groovy to see. So hopefully they go with the Mundo. Oh, and maybe Senna are going to go with the Fizz again. They did play Fizz game 1, and I actually think Fizz would be quite good against Team. I think part of the reason that Teemo was so good is that they got to last pick him after they saw that Riven was going top, even though they managed to switch Graves up there. But I think Fizz is enough of a check against Teemo, despite the fact that you would get pretty good value out of the blind versus I think Fizz's W deals damage on hit. I don't know if you stopping the entire auto attack from blind actually stops the on hit damage as well, but if that is the case, it wouldn't be too bad, but I don't think Team L wants to play into Fizz this time around. We did see Udi kind of get crushed in a lane where people kind of thought that maybe that's not what should have happened, so looks like Senui going to go with his strong Fizz pick yet again. They could of course run him mid as well if they really wanted to. And very, very nice. They're going to use.
What is happening here?
They're using their Warwick pick ambiguously, and they're going to put Warwick top.
So I would have thought if they were going to do that, instead of a Nocturne jungle pickup, they could have taken Shyvana, because she keeps up with Mundo in terms of speed. And she isn't banned for once.
That's true. I think it's more a case of what champions these players feel comfortable on. That would be my guess.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen Cam play Shyvana. He might want to. I guess not in this situation. And Ari is the pickup. I actually really like that as well. Even if it does end up being Fizz mid, Ari is enough of a. I mean, so assuming that Fizz is going top, like we saw in the first game that Refiance played, Ari is a good general pick that you feel pretty safe running her. And even if they do run into Fizz, I don't think it's too bad for Ari in that situation. So I like it. I like where it's going. Predictions though for last pick now for Refiance.
What are they missing? They haven't got
AP mid. I think
actually,
is what they're missing. Or
unless
top.
they decide to run Fizz mid.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Sinuiji plays. The only champion I've ever seen him play, just from playing normal games, was in Aurelia. Mordekaiser, that would be interesting. I haven't seen Mordekaiser played in ages.
I think it'd be even more interesting is where they played him. Because he can go top and mid.
Because he's another one, he can go both. Although I'd say with Ghost Ignite, he'd probably be going top.
I think so. I'm not sure if maybe not. Cannon's good too.
Yeah, I'd say the Kennen would definitely be a top lane.
Cannon against Warwick isn't too bad, but I mean Warwick is Warwick. He pretty much just farms and sustains. So unless Cannon gets an incredible amount of harass out onto Warwick early and manage to keep him off those minions, I think Warwick's probably going to be fine up in top.
Yeah. Actually, do you know if Warwick builds Wits End? Because I know a lot of top lane champions tend to build a Wits End against Cannon, and then they can just kind of ignore him a little bit. But
yeah, Wits End's fairly popular on
sure.
Warwick just because it synergizes well with his ult, which is actually, despite the fact that it's a suppression, a channel suppression, it auto attacks during the duration of the ult, so you get all the Wits End procs from that. So yes, I believe he would.
Yeah, so I guess he'll be rushing that, and as soon as he gets that, he'll start having a bit of an easier time in lane. So thank you, Smithy, for teaching me how to play against a Cannon.
I'm going to go ahead and actually check their runes as well once they get into the game, and we'll see if there's anything funky going on for Warwick's runes there with anything funky going on in Warwick's runes there. So it's getting late. Late for you too, actually. Given that you're
1:15.
Given that you're 2 hours ahead of me, yeah. And I was going to go and check the Warwick runes. Quick shout out to Smithy as well. And he does have scaling magic resist blues. So actually, I guess he doesn't have a full magic resist page queued up. I guess if he was maybe potentially fighting Fizz, he would want a bit of armor as well. Definitely going to be interesting to see how these lanes work out. Cannon's actually really good against Ari, and Fizz is probably alright too. But I think they might actually send Cannon mid, given that I think so as well, because Wizard is their mid player, and send him between playing top. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to send Cannon mid against Ari, which is good. And I think they're going to send Fizz top against Warwick, which is fine, I'd say. I have not seen Fizz top in a very long time, so I have no real comments on the matchup, sadly.
What do you think of the flat armor runes against the Fizz?
I think they're better than they were against Cannon, so I think it makes sense in that case. I mean, obviously he wants magic resist, but given that Sedemic did also go Bruiser Fizz as well that time, he does kind of does a bit of magic damage with his skills, obviously, and his early harass I think is all magic based as well. But he's been building AD for the most part when he's been going top. So I think if he's correctly assessed that it's Fizz going top and not Cannon, then I really like his armor runes, because I think the scaling MR and the early armor do the best job of negating as much as Fizz's damage as possible as Warwick, and he just needs to prevent as much damage as possible so he can be happy and farm.
Yeah. suppose. I have to say though, as a top laner, even a low level one, if I did say I was going up against a Kennen, I would take the armor yellows.
Yeah.
Just because he does so much of his damage in the first couple of levels, he just auto attacks.
Yeah.
Constantly, every time you try to get a creep.
Yeah, it's actually a well-known Canon player, at least around here in Australia. He actually played with Radier from Frey in one of the first in-time events. Quick shout out to Gummy Rat, who apparently only plays Canon, but he actually runs AD runes on his Canon top as well, just for that exact reason, for more harass. So yeah, I think I have to agree with that assessment there as well. Good job. Oh, it's getting late, but that's okay. I'm trying not to yawn because every time I yawn Dreamcast, people on YouTube get mad. So not kidding. And
you probably shouldn't say the word yawn either.
if you yawn, it's okay.
Oh, shut me off.
And Phantom confirming what I was actually thinking about Fizz's W, it actually does reduce healing, so coupled with that Ignite, he's got the Seal Cell Summoners running again, does send you heal Ignite, very aggressive. So yeah, tried to Phantom real quick. I did think that was the case, but I wasn't sure. It just has similar animations to Explosive Shots and MSW as well, which is called, I can't even remember what it's called, sadly. I feel bad now. But yes, Fizz's Fizz has a lot of healing reduction inbuilt with his W, and of course with the Ignite as well. So that's probably a better matchup for Fizz up in top against Thorak rather than Kennen, who again I think has a good matchup against Ahri in mid. So certainly Refiance seem to have their lanes pretty well sorted out. Mundo vs Nocturne in the jungle should be fairly good for. Mundo as well. But I think the biggest disparity in these two team comps is that. Is your client crashed again, by the way?
Not yet.
That's good. Don't say that.
I'm kind of just waiting patiently. Yeah, it's working. Okay, good. Good.
But I think the biggest disparity in these comps is that Total Control have a really good team fight comp between their ults. Just, Nocturne's a great team champion. His ultimate gets so much better when you're able to coordinate ganks. And even initiations in team fights as well. Warwick, obviously, good single target initiation. Asher are good for that. Even Charm, good for that. And Janna, a great team fight champion as well. So it seems like Refiance are going more to win their lanes, and Total Control going more for that team fight in the late game. So we'll have to see if they can stay safe, get the farm they need, and not fall too far behind in this game. But it is the last game in this best of 3 between Total Control and Team Refiance. We're actually in a scrim, which hasn't happened for a while, but it's nice to have a scrim. It's actually really nice that all these guys are playing all 3 games as well. So awesome. Quick shout out to newbie Arnis. What I listen to my podcast. Which one are you talking about, good sir? Because if you tell me what you're talking about, I'll let you know. I think GameStar.com is where you want to go. But I'll ask you after the game, or just tell me in chat, and I'll be able to answer your question better. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, guys, it is Game 3 of this scrim between Total Refiance and Team Refiance even, and Total Control. Oh my. That is Total Control on your left. They're running Janna, Nocturne, Ashe, almost called it Andaxian, Ashe, and oof, it's getting late. Ahri and Warwick versus Team Refiance's Soraka, Graves, Mundo, Kennen, and Fizz. There is a Janna going bot, maybe checking for the gonks or the invades down near the bottom lane, and the rest of Total Control actually up near the blue, looking for potential invades from the Mundo. Shots is there on his Mundo, maybe looking to go in. I think he's maybe just doing a red start. He might go for a hard leash and go for a blue steal afterwards, but I think they assume Nocturne's starting blue, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It looks like they forgot to tell Janna about the invade.
I don't know if they're actually going in there. I think they're maybe just because remember that Team Refiance did come through this push before and tried to get first.
They did, yeah.
So I think they're just defending in this instance. I don't know why Ashe is still here though, because if anyone was going to go down, it would be Ashe, because she does the least amount of things level 1, apart from do damage, which is okay.
Oh, I don't know. That crit's pretty pretty good.
Well,
quick shout out to Slave of Lord 2, who without no League of Legends Australia broadcast would be complete.
And we're off to the races there. Nocturne picked up his wolves, going to pick up blue as well, and Mundo going to do a red start, so we're going to have to look for some early pressure top. Mundo is such an incredibly strong jungle when it comes to pressuring lanes. He's obviously an incredible jungle in terms of clear time. I expect to smite any moment now. There we go. And Mundo might not gank all that well, but oh my goodness does he pressure lanes, and that cleaver, especially with the red buff, Burning Agony just going off crazily, doing all the damage. It's very tough. And we could see an early gank here up in top, and which is could possibly already be a struggle here for Warwick, especially in the early levels. Oh goodness, Fizz just putting down their hurt already. He's actually got AD runes on as well, I believe. Oh, it doesn't tell me that it's bonus AD, but I think 75 is a bit more than normal at level 1, so I'm going to have to guess.
I think it is, yeah.
Going to have to say as AD runes. So the armor makes sense. Good call there from Kyara. And looks like Warwick's having a little bit of trouble early in this one. with the very
Both
aggressive.
junglers use their smites as well, so we're probably not going to see any early buff stealing shenanigans.
Nope, just jungling as per usual. Mundo actually very, very low. Used all his potions already. So if he goes for a gank up in top, I don't know how successful it'll be. And Fizz seems pretty comfortable up in top, but he may just go for it now. Shots coming in. He wants to do something. Again, Mundo great at putting pressure on lanes. So maybe he just wants to kind of scare work a little bit. They might be able to go for a kill there. They could dive as well. Fizz does have Summoner Heal available. Oh, and here it comes there. Mundo is going to come in there. Fizz jumps on as well. Oh, why did you run that way? That was not the right way. You are dead. You are absolutely dead. Tries to juke into the brush there. But first play goes to Mundo. And I don't know if you meant to run into that bush. But that did not work out, sadly.
Oh well, there we go. Mundo's good at ganking lanes too.
Sometimes. I mean, Fizz have been so aggressive there that it was just a matter of executing correctly. That exhaust from Mundo really helped as well, which, to be fair, does make him quite a bit better at ganking. Over in mid, it's going to be Kennen vs Ahri, and it's going to be fairly even between these two lanes. Lots of poke between the two, lots of reasonable burst damage as well. Kennen, in general, does quite a number on Ahri with his ultimate. What I am interested to see is what skill order Andaxian goes on his Ahri. I know he's a big fan of maxing W first, so I'm going to see if he's going to continue that trend here against Kennen, or if he's going to break his own trend and go for the standard Q. But it is 21 to 16 CS, so a small lead there for Ahri in mid at the moment. And down in bottom, it looks like we've lost Janna already. Oh wow, they stole blue buff without me even noticing.
I was wrong, apparently.
That steal was so ninja that not even the commentators know it, and we can see the entire map.
Actually, that was clever, seeing Mundo up top and going straight for the blue.
It was indeed. So a nice bit of jungle control there, and that was I was like, where's Janna gone? Oh, she's stealing blue buff with Nocturne, and that's great. That definitely hurts. Actually, doesn't really hurt Kennen. Actually, that's very strange. Neither Mundo or Kennen really want blue buff, and so I don't know who they're going to plan to donate it to. I would actually love to see them give it to Soraka, to be perfectly honest, but
that would be quite cool.
We'll have to see. That would be that would be the best in my opinion, giving it to Soraka. So we'll have to see. It is 25 to 26 CS at the moment, so Ash with a slight lead, but pretty much even there as well. And in the jungle race, of course, Nocturne a bit ahead now after that blue steal, 22 to 25. But he has more bigger creeps. It really is. It's going to be interesting to see if they continue to gank this top lane. Mundo coming in again now for a brush gank. Just putting all the pressure on.
Top lane is very interesting though. They've both got the same amount of creeps, despite the fact that Neves was first blooded and lost all that time out of lane.
That's true. I mean, he's CSing well. I think Fizz maybe not CSing as well as normal, just because he's probably concentrating on harassing a little bit more. So sometimes you'll see us fall behind. Looks like Warwick smells a rat too. He does not want to go in there. He kind of knows, hey, wait a second, I think I'm going to get ganked again, and just backs all the way out. I don't know where he's going. Does he really know that Mundo's up top? That is incredible. And he's going to go do wolves. He is so aware of what's going on that he's going all the way down to his own jungle to get his wolves. That is quite impressive. Or just very, very safe. I do not know. But okay, that's a great play from him. I hope he's not map hacking.
No, that would be bad.
That would be bad. And a ward there from Nocturne, so actually really nice there from the jungle, warding up for his top, so nothing bad happened. There's a Dustbringer coming out there, just going to miss Kennen though, sadly in mid, so no kills there either.
Maybe he didn't know, maybe he just assumed that it would be a bad idea to overextend after last game. He figured he'd be a target.
Oh yeah, I mean,
seeing as the lane was pushing, just went to grab some jungle.
I think so as well, and it was a great play by him in the end. Fizz diving back on now with that playful trick coming in.
So much health.
Hungering strike.
Just call it the troll pole.
That's amazing. Seastone tried urchin strike. Okay. Oh, whoa! 1v1 happening. Hungering strike? Nope, not enough. And Senui gonna live there with the summoner heal. So a good attempt there by work. I think he was 1 Q away from actually picking up that kill, but that's not good now. Falling 2-0 to Fizz. And what I was gonna say is I think the reason Mundo is ganking top so much is that if Fizz can snowball that lane, then I don't think there's any other real worries. I mean, mid might end up being even, bot might end up being even as well for Team Refiance, but if Fizz gets ahead, especially against Warwick, who really needs farm, really needs to get tanky and get those items up, I think they're doing a great job of keeping him down in the one lane where they have the real ability to, and Senwig's Fizz already off to an incredible start as well, and kind of interesting not to see a Fizz ban in any of the games.
Well, he's not really a common ban. I mean, they've kept all the other bans exactly the same. So either they're targeting bans that we don't know about, or they have people that they just can't play against if they want their specific strategies to work. And Fizz isn't one of them. So I know we could ask them afterwards.
We could. Are we going to pick up her blue buff now? She actually is. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Ari's going to be a wee bit unhappy about that.
Yes, and Nocturne managed to pick that one up accidentally, which is not good, but hopefully it shouldn't affect her too much in this lane. Got double Durham, so got quite a bit of regen going, so I'm sure she'll be okay. She's actually continuing the trend of leveling Foxfire first as well, which I actually think is quite good against Cannon. The reason, actually, if you're wondering why Andaxian does this, is that he likes the fact that this stuff happens at bottom. He likes the fact that it's guaranteed damage, essentially. So, I mean, Q's got great damage, absolutely, and it's got great poke, and it's good for farming waves. But I mean, he's fairly confident in his last hitting. He's happy to last hit just with his auto attacks and use the Q every now and then to to do a bit of damage to the wave. But he likes being aggressive, and I think W allows him to be a bit more aggressive. He spirit rushes in there, and they just kind of the W guarantees a lot of damage when he uses it. So that's what's going on there. If you're wondering about that one. As many spells get used there in mid. Oh.
And the good thing for the blue team with that accidental pickup is they do have the timer on the enemy's blue, which Mundo does not. And so they're going to know exactly when that's going to be up.
Seki getting melted now. I think it's going to be enough. Red buff Nocturne going to clean that up in the bottom. Ashar just missing there, but a nice gank there from Nocturne over the ridge there, over that bunch of trees. And they're going to pick it up, not a problem. So 1-2 now, the kill score. It is, what's CS going on here? 50 to 60, so Ash a little bit ahead there. Currently 49 to 50 CS, so Warwick doing a great job keeping up in CS, despite the fact that he's getting handed on by Fizz. Actually has a Philosopher's Stone as well. I think it's a really smart choice in this lane. Again, he wants to farm, and pretty much the longer he leaves Fizz in lane to farm with him, the less trouble Fizz becomes in teamfights, and the sustain's really going to help him against the constant harass that this Fizz is dishing out. And I mean, he's not even bothering that Urchin Strike. I think he got Urchin Striked onto there by Warwick. He's just going to concentrate on farming, and he's again managed to keep up in CS despite dying twice to his lane partner. And I mean, that's what you need to do as Warwick. He needs to get to those late game items, and that gold potent's really going to help him in that situation. We do have a blue invade as well coming out this time. I will catch this one. Nocturne probably needs to shop. It doesn't have all that many items, but they had the timer. Team Refiance do kind of know what's up, but I guess they don't want to go fully in there. Nocturne's still very scary with those double buffs. They are not that close to timing either. They are going to pick it up as well. Good smite there from Nocturne. And I think Ari's going to be able to get out of this, and not a problem. Good charm coming out. They may go in here. And heaps of damage coming out there under shots, but Cannon is coming in as well. Saki over the back as well on Graves. And I think it's probably going to be a dead Nocturne. He's going to flash, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And I think he will die. Yes, he will donate double buffs to Cannon, which is not good stuff, but he will pick up shots as well. And Daxian spirit rushing everywhere. One more. That is going to be the kill. Nivaz actually picks up double buffs there. And a flash shot over the top for Wizard. That is a nice job. No charm coming out there, but it may be just enough damage. Enchanted Crystal Arrow missing very hard, but the tower dive coming out now. And I think it's going to be double buffs for Warwick. There it is coming out. And that nice tower dive there from Warwick, and very, very nice play there. I don't know how Warwick got down so quickly, but he just kind of walked there. I think maybe they were thinking of forcing Dragon, and good awareness from Warwick to come down. I think maybe, no, he didn't.
I think he flashed.
Flashed all the way down the bot from top. I think he based and walked out. So I was trying to figure out how he got there so quickly. But yes, he did.
Poor Ari's still without a blue buff though.
He did flash over the wall for that kill, and they're going to transition into Dragon as well. Sinu could probably get a kill. Here he comes, charm the waters straight onto Warwick. The shield comes out. A good ult there from Zephyrus on John, and maybe they'll pick him up here. A great charm and a great tornado. I think they're going to trade double buffs yet again. They're going to get the double refresh. The troll pole is not enough this time, Fizzy, and that's going to be. That is so awesome.
Good.
Every cast now is going to be trouble. They won't get Dragon there. Oh no. There's so many kills being traded right now. Zeph goes down very, very quickly to Saki there on Graves. I think it may be the double trade here. Here comes the Cleaver. Not a problem. Nocturne is going to be enough to maybe try and save it. Not in range. So there it is coming in on the shot. And they are going to pick it up. But yeah, another kill. Are you kidding me? That's like 6 kills in 2 minutes. Oh, it's so close. And the Soraka heal comes out there as well. Now Ari is in a bit of trouble. And the double buffs finally stay in the hands of Dr. Mundo there, being fled by shots. But that was so many kills. I think somewhere in the region of 9 kills in the last few minutes. And looks like the Dragon will go to Team Refiance in the end. But
basically uncontested.
Yeah, I think Confucius wants to go in there, but getting chased down by Graves, not exactly what he wants. And yes, I think they will get this one, which is good. Mundo should have his smite ready and waiting. And there we go, the first Dragon of the game, 11:54. That's going to be back up at 17. And apparently, Nives's item build makes Domo sad. Domo, why does it make you sad? Please tell me in the chat so I can comment to everyone else. Other than that, that's shout out to Domo. It apparently makes him sad. I think I understand why, but I think in this lane he understands that he needs to get to late game, and he just essentially going the hotshot GG gold per 10 style build where you just buy these items and keep farming, and eventually it pays off for you.
Actually, I haven't
seen
hotshot GG play Warwick before, but
apparently when he plays it seems like when he plays every top lane he just builds double gold per 10. the reasoning I think is that shots getting low in the jungle. Whoop! And man, Mundo's so troll for casters. He just gets so low in the jungle that every time I go, oh, what's happening? Oh, he's doing his own red buff. He's almost dead. Fantastic. And I think blue buff will finally go to Ari here. He's going over already.
Poor Ari. Never get a blue buff.
I think
Yeah, she missed hers. She missed theirs.
Yeah, can't get a break. So Doma pointing out actually some great points here. Lantern would not be bad in this situation. I absolutely agree. Lantern would be great, especially against this AD Fizz. Double gold to a 5's Doma pretty much pointing out that it hinders Warwick for so long, and I think that's actually on purpose because he's having quite a bit of trouble fighting Fizz in this situation. So while I agree with it doesn't let him lane all that well against Fizz, I think if he can stay afloat and just get CS, and he's definitely getting CS. He's kind of falling behind a bit now, actually, but if able to get CS, the gold's going to kick in late game, and I think that's where he wants to be. So, in terms of reasoning behind it, go ahead.
Sorry,
no, go ahead.
He's been doing a fantastic job of CSing so far, considering he has been shoved out of lane a couple of times, and he is keeping fairly even. So, I think the gold for 5's probably all right. Yeah,
I think Domo's right in that there are better items for this lane that are still great on Warwick in this situation, but the reasoning, I think it's just he understands he needs to get to late game, so he's thinking ahead there. And that's where a lot of that reasoning comes from. Got a chain vest as well, so quite tanky. Just gonna do what he can and let that gold tick up, which is always good. Again, Total Qontrol, as I said in Champ Select, really have a team fight based team, and they need to. They're doing well so far. They're farming reasonably well. They've actually kept fairly even in kills for the most part. I think they're sadly down in gold after that dragon, which they lost by about 1,000 or so. But as it is, I think they're definitely gearing towards mid, late, and late game. So if they can stay alive in the situation they're in, they're going to be fine. Now, Ash gets absolutely ranched by Graves. Actually going to flash, so the ult comes out as well. Summon a heal, nice job there. And there's a Nocturne coming up in top there. 3-man gank now onto Senuig. I think he's going to get killed. Chum the Waters comes out, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And a very nice gank there as Aoi roams top. And Nocturne comes in as well with his ultimate to pick it up. And Kennen could be in trouble now as well. Warwick's ult has to be on cooldown. Yes, it is. I presume that they use it to pick up Fizz. And they might even take this tower down, which I don't know if they want to. They might.
No, I reckon Kennen could take Ari out with a well-placed combo.
Oh, they are going to...
Especially under the tower.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They are going to back off by the looks of things. Mundo actually doing some invasion, which is a nice job by him. Realizing that people are top, he may as well go where he pleases and take some jungle down in the bot. Ash a bit low at this point. Doesn't actually have any potions, so I guess relying on her Vamp Scepter. Oh no. Oh, nice shield there from Zephyrus. Clutch as... Oh, they are diving in top there. Nevis getting low. The Hungering Strike is almost enough. And there's going to be a Flash Foxfire, and that is... Oh, beautiful stun there from Wizard. But and Daxian will just pick up the kill, getting away on so little health.
Oh, wow. That's like... What is that?
He has a...
Click on her. 20 health. Ari lives on 20 health.
And she's going to have to keep running there. Mundo and Fizz are coming back up to try and kill it. Run, 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 little fox lady. One cleaver to the face. Potion ticking away as well. Oh, I think you have to keep running. Okay, and Ari realizes and continues to run. And a nice Civic as well, actually spotting that Mundo out. So none of that happened. Ash getting low in bot as well. Going to leave Johnny to try and defend his turret, but oh! And I think Zephyrus accidentally ulted. I did just see that. That is unfortunate. Going to try and keep him on this turret, but I don't think they're going to be able to. And Grave Soraka doing its job in this lane. I mean, John Ash is a very passive lane.
And Graves is most definitely not.
No, especially with the Soraka lane, we're just trying to push constantly. It can be hard for John Ash to hold off, so they're definitely got a little bit of an advantage there. 104 to 86 CS as well, so it seems like they've picked well against the expected Jarna lane. And oh, there's a blue steel smite. Cam actually missing his smite. They're going to give it to Mundo. Going to flash out as well. I think it may all be in vain though as the exhaust comes out, and yeah, it's going to be I think another kill for Graves.
Oh, Cam, you are so dead.
Yes, and a quick ult to the face from Graves. They're going to pick up that kill there. So 8 to 7 now. Team Refiance managing to get small edges here in the places they want to, but again, Total Qontrol are all about the team fights this game, and they're getting their farm, which is good. Just they've got to hold on a little bit longer now in this mid game, because there's going to be a very aggressive Team Refiance coming after them in this next period. Mid tower going to go down as well, and the gold advantage now creeping forward a little bit more now. Almost 3,000 ahead at this point. Team Refiance actually going in for a second turret. This would be a very, very nice if they can pick it up, but I think they're going to be able to. Oh no, Ari sadly charms a minion there, and I think that's going to be it. The Giant Shield comes out. Oh wow, there's going to be 2 turrets in a row. So an incredible push as Warwick stays top now. Now Kennerol comes in. This could be all wrong now as Anton goes down very quickly. Cam Futures comes in. Sending McGee's going to go down though, so they're going to pick up that Fizz there, but Nocturne's going to go out as well. Actually, Zephyrus picked up the kill there, and yeah, a kill.
John, a real terror.
Yeah. Picking up that kill, but they lost a lot there. They lost kills, they lost turrets, and I think, I mean, Warwick got a little bit more farm up in top, but that is, they really didn't want to lose that chunk of that many towers, because they've just got so little of the map available to them now. Dragon.
Well, that's a huge amount of map awareness gone. I mean, that's going to be harder to control their buffs. And that's, what is it, 150 gold per tower?
Yes.
So that's 300 gold to everybody on the other team. So they've got a, what is it, a 3.1k gold lead now. I think in all three of the games we've seen, Refiance does tend to go for the really hard push. Like, if they can take out a tower, they will go straight onto it.
Yeah.
Whereas other teams tend to kind of leave them up so they can farm longer.
Yeah, I think
but no, very aggressive.
Yeah, again, they have the aggressive comp, they need to play it this way. We're going to have a contest here for the Dragon, actually, by Total Control, but I don't know if they're strong enough to fight it. I mean, Warmog's finished from Mundo already, PF Sword on Graves, Pickaxe for Ash, Crit Cloak as well. I mean, Wits End finish for Warwick, but I don't know if it's going to work out the way they want it to. Fizz is kind of top. This could be bad. They might be able to do it quick enough. It's going to be close. They need the smite to be good, and it is, I think. The initiation comes out now, though. Shot's getting focused, but he's the Warmogs. That's not where you want to go. Oh my god, Ash getting so runched. Oh wow, dodges the ult there. And actually, they're going to be able to peel Saki off this one. Marijuana coming in as well on Soraka. Oh, and just picks up their Saki with the kill. And now the rest of Total Control getting chased away. I think Nocturne did go down there. And looks like they're going to try and have to run away from this one. With Ash already getting killed, I don't think there's all that much Total Control can do. And the aggressive tip. Oh wow, so much damage from that Ari. Almost got that Graves. Good to turn around for one more auto attack. But now Senuig going to try and play clean up. A good tornado there from Janna. But I don't know if it's going to be enough there. Good shield as well. Fizz wants to come in there. Warwick is he does not have his ult on available. Not even close, actually. And I mean, Team Refiance are really in a good spot at this point. I mean, they're only a few thousand gold ahead, but they've got so much control over the map, and they've got great items. At least in that situation, I mean, Total Control is still farming. They're going for late game, and until they get those items, there's not going to be a whole lot they can do in terms of direct team fights. So that's why I was kind of confused that they even went for Dragon. I honestly think they should have just given it up and used the time where they were getting it to farm. Oh, it could be a jacket there right here. Cam Future's going to get caught out there. 3 members of Refiance there. A good fear onto the Fizz would maybe keep him happy, but I think they're going to be able to pick up red buff. Cam does have his smite available, and he doesn't smite it. Good silence there from Soraka, maybe preventing that. He may have actually lagged there as well, not too sure. But there is initiation going to come out, and Aniva's getting caught up by the Cannonball and the Graves. So he's going to go down despite the Hungering Strike. And actually ult onto Senuig for a bit of life steal. The Janna shield comes out as well, but Senuig gets healed so hard by Soraka, and probably his summoner heal as well. So everyone lives there, which was a nice job there by Total Control. But again, Team Refiance is in such a great spot at this point, and Total Control are really going to have to farm very hard without Refiance doing anything to them at all, I think, to have a chance in this game as it goes on.
Yeah, well, Warwick had his wits in there, so he was kind of not going to be taking a huge amount from the cannon ult. He's actually fairly tanky. He's got his, what's he got? He's got his Glacial Shroud, Heart of Gold, and some Magic Resist too.
Yep.
So he's going to be fairly difficult to take out. I think what happened in the other part of the first half of that team fight, Nocturne tunnel visioned a bit onto the cannon, just about took him out, but got taken out by the other two. So Warwick ended up killing Cannon, then flashed over the wall to escape.
Yep. Domo again coming in with the awesome comments. He thinks that Nocturne may be a little bit too far behind to do anything in this situation, and I may have to agree. I mean, Nocturne, what's he sitting on? Only 700 gold or so. That's not too happy. But Nocturne really needs to be. I think in this comp he needs to go tanky. He needs to go initiation. He just does not have the farm or the builds really. And again, it's like with 2 mid towers gone, you don't really have the map control to farm your own jungle safely, which you might want to do as Nocturne. And I think they wanted their landing phase to go on for a little bit longer than it did. Actually, quite a bit longer than it did. You know, I think if all the towers are up and they're still landing at this point, they'll be more than happy with that outcome. And as it is, they're just kind of trying to collect from anywhere they can, and it's getting harder and harder to do so. And Refiance, I mean, they've got Infinity Edge on Graves already. Warmog's completed on Mundo, sorry, and Fate and Wits End completed on Fizz. I mean, Refiance they have a good mid-game comp, and they're ready to fight very soon, if not now. So I don't know if Total Control are going to be able to get the final. They want Nocturne again getting blown up there by the Fizz, but they're going to maybe be able to get a counter kill. Senuig pretty tanky. Charm the Waters comes out as well. Actually, good Spirit Rush there from Ari. Oh no. Oh, beautiful Monsoon there by Janna actually to save there. As Warwick comes in the back. I think he might pay with his life though. He's going to maybe try and kill.
I think he might get.
It's going to be close. The last tick of Ignite. No, it's not enough. Ari flashing in. The Foxfire range is
so close.
Foxfire range is not enough though, and Ari without an ult is going to have quite a bit of trouble living in this situation. Good tornado there by Janna. Good shield there as well, but I think no, that is going to be it. And they tried very hard to kill Senuig. That lost 2 off the Riker actually picking it up as well. And that is not.
But it's getting all the kills this game.
Yeah, oh, he's got an average
Well,
split as well.
2 of them anyway.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of, wow, very low. Ash as well. Cannon coming in. Oh! Auto attack, but nah. Someone heal, going to be able to save Ash, not a problem. Good heal there from Anton. Managing to save his life, but yeah, I mean, Nocturne's gone for double gold per 10 this game, and I don't think he's going to have nearly enough time to impact this game before they start paying themselves off, and he is a little bit behind, unfortunately, which is not good at all. I mean, even Ash is behind. She just doesn't, they don't even have an IE yet. As Nocturne defends his touch, she's got 1,300 gold. She doesn't even have enough for a BF sword yet. She's, I think, about 1,900 gold or so off from the IE. Nocturne going straight and again getting destroyed. Oh, beautiful arrow there! So a free kill there from Ash. So good reactions there, but Mundo's coming in the back now, trying to pick it off with a cleaver or two. Cannot get there. So a nice little kill there for Total Control, but they will defend this bottom turret. But Team Refiance are really laying into them now. They're 4,000 gold ahead, and I mean, you know, they've just got so much map control. I mean, they're probably going to go for Baron at this point soon. Bottom turret is 1 hit away from them from getting that as well, and just the global gold, the objectives, and just the kills they're getting as well, is creeping them further and further ahead. And this, I mean, they want to win. They want to win the game in the next 10 minutes, I'd say, before Total Control really find a comfortable spot to farm in and get themselves back into this game. But oh, yeah, and there's the Baron.
Yeah, I think it's just really good insight from Refiance there, knowing that Total Control wanted to drag out the lane phase, wanted to get a bit more farm going to late game, and just absolutely blocking them from doing that.
I'm going to Baron now. Actually, they're backing off because Senwig's getting very, very low. Nocturne actually going to ult in here for a kill. Going to pick it up with his ult damage. Has oracles as well. I really hope he doesn't die. Good spell shield there actually against the Shuriken. And we could see a counter Baron here, but I don't think Total Control have the damage. They would much rather get more kills or towers if they could, just to open up a bit more of the map for them, give them maybe a little bit more space to farm safely. And just make more plays as well, because when you're behind, you really do need to make something happen, and they're not really going to be able to get the farm without Team Refiance doing something about it. Sorry, and it is going to be mid turret, so that's good. They didn't get any more kills, sadly. They did get Fizz, and actually they might get a second tower here, which would be good. The Charm Rock's out, I think, hitting a minion, but Warwick aren't quite tanky enough to tank all that damage, and Graves is getting quite far ahead at this point. Infinity Edge and Zeal finish on him, and again, an Infinity Edge, not even a BF sword actually, finished on Ash. She's, I think, a few. Actually does have enough money for Infinity Edge now, but a full Zeal also behind at this point on Graves. And again, Refiance are going to continue pressuring at this point because they don't want that late game situation to happen, because if that does happen, they're going to run into quite a few problems. But Mundo, wow, very, very tanky.
He's just running into the whole team.
Well, you know, he does what he wants. He's Mundo.
He goes where he pleases.
He does go where he pleases, and he's just still chasing out this Nocturne. They want Oracles very badly.
Oh, nice jerk in the cleaver there.
That was very nice. Oh, there's a ward there. I don't think they realise. They do realise, but they want red buff first, which I guess is a reasonable thing to say. 2 wards go over the back of Dragon. That was a bit of a mistake, and we'll see if they can get this one. But I don't think they're going to be able to contest for Dragon. I don't think they should either. Whoa, Warwick going way too deep at that point. He's going to have to run away again. I mean, Dragon. Sure, it sucks to lose Dragon because it's a pretty big gold swing, but they're not really in a situation where they can actually afford to. So I think giving up Dragon and just taking their own buffs or trying to get farm or put pressure in other places is what they want to be doing. But again, with those 2 mid towers gone and 4-2, the current tower score, there's not a whole lot on the map that Total Control have to actually be able to be in safely. I mean, Top's pushing out for them, but they don't really want to go up there because it's not all that safe. Bot is pushing against them actually. I think probably because Ash was down there, but they don't have a whole lot on the map to farm where Team Refiance aren't able to get to. And I mean, this Mundo, jeez, he finished up a Force of Nature as well. Speaking of late game.
Wow.
Very tanky.
Yeah, Mundo's a bit surprising. He was basically a troll pick up until a couple of months ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, and
now all of a sudden it's Mundo's so good.
Yeah, well, you know, he's kind of like Super Shyvana in that sense. Just very, very fast, good in beta, and he's clear, especially one-on-one in the jungle. I mean, again, his ganks aren't great. He does lots of good damage, just like Shyvana, and his cleavers are good if you catch people. But he's like Shyvana, he's good at doing damage, he's good at applying pressure, he's good at being very tanky at quite a reasonable price. But yeah, he just jungles very, very quickly. And one-on-one in the jungle, if you have a cleaver, it's just very, very hard for them to do anything. And Mundo's ult just gives him great utility. Once he hits 6, he just spirals out of control, and he hits level 6 very quickly. Quick shout out to Nanotar, and he's asking, is there a reason why he's running Spellvamp Quints? I don't know if this is exactly standard, but when I first heard of Jungle Mundo, Spellvamp, it's actually in the Kings of Europe tournament. There we go. Kings of Europe tournament. I believe M5 were running Jungle Mundo in that tournament, and Jat took a look at his runes and saw that there was Spellvamp going on. So apparently that's one of the things Mundo certainly used to run when he started jungling, as Nocturne gets himself a little bit caught. Lots of good zoning there. Good volley as well from Ash chucked in there, and Jana will scoot round the back and be all safe and well. But yeah, apparently it keeps him reasonably sustained in the jungle. Something like that. I'm not sure if it's still standard on Mundo, but certainly when I first heard of Jungle Mundo being run, Spellbound was a thing. They're actually going to come in, going to hit Standard. They're actually going to go in here. That's very, very ballsy. Mundo kind of out of position, going to come back around to the fight. Wizard is going to go down, I think. Confucius getting low, but Nocturne does get blown up. Oh no, Zephyrus in trouble as well. And Jaxie now in trouble. That Mundo is just way too tanky, and I don't think that's what they wanted. They're going to lose almost everyone here. Zephyrus going to try and get out, and Ari going to try and get out as well. Warwick is pretty tanky. He doesn't have his ult anymore. He's probably going to die, I'd have to say. Tornado, maybe. Enough charm actually just missing there. And yeah, he is going to go down. Cinema gets low. It's going to be close. He picks it up. So Warwick there with a kind of a grace kill, I suppose. There. It is 3-3 actually. They managed to trade, but it was a good attempt at the initiation, but
that Mundo barely took any damage the entire team fight. He had his burning agony going, and his health was just staying right on full.
Well, he had his ult up, he has Force of Nature and a Warmogs, which gives him... I'm actually going to check. He's got... Health regen per 5. 209.
What?
209? You heard me.
How is that even possible?
Because...
Wait, where do I click to find that out?
C. Click on the champion and click C. Plus his passive as well, lest we forget.
That's insane!
That is
209 insane. Health regen.
Apparently Domo was sad that there's no Spirit Visage on Mundo to make that even sillier, but yes. He's regenerating 21 health a second or so at the moment as he walks through. It's without his ultimate too. Which gives him 55% of his maximum health as regen. On top of that. That is a lot.
That's impressive.
Yes.
They're going to be going straight for the Baron now.
They are indeed, and Mundo very, very good at doing Baron as well. Burning Agony and Cleavers do many, many, many damages to the Barons, and oh no.
Oh, get that basically uncontested.
Yeah, and it's again a very fast Baron. The Total Control a bit late to the party. Zephyrus, nice Tornado, good Monsoon as well. Charm the waters. Hello, fishy! And that's a dead Jana. Nicely aimed ult there by Senwig, whose Fizz has just been really, really strong both the times we've seen him, and again causing a couple of problems here for Total Control. I mean, they're getting there slowly with the items, but I think it might be too little too late. I mean, with Baron buff now, you can absolutely bet that Team Refiance are going to be trying to push down as many turrets as they possibly can. And look, Mundo 1v2ing against the AD and the AP carry, and not a problem. Has no problem at all. Just regenerating as he pleases. Now in Baron buff as well, has 315 health per 5. Whee! Numbers.
Man.
So many numbers. And that's the Paramundo for you, man. And he's done...
Those cleavers look like they're hurting too.
Absolutely. 5-1 on 8. This Mundo... Oh! Saki gets picked off there.
Wow.
Nice job there from Total Control to pick that one up for free. And are they going to keep running there? Oh! Chana Crystal Arrow! Straight onto Wizard there as Cannon gets caught out. And that might be another kill. That's 2 exit kills, Total Control. That's a start. That's going to be 2 less people with Baron buff for the next push. And they only lost 1 turret out of the deal. They're going to keep going though. It's kind of sad there's no Baron to actually get. Morikot not quite up in time. Nocturne not quite up either. Ari-chan could get there. She doesn't have flash up. Unfortunately, oh, and they might be able to catch Chenwig. They're not going to catch Mundo. That's definitely not who they want to go for. Fizz going to get out of the way pretty easily there. Oh, please don't tell though. I don't think this is going to end well for you guys. And they are going to tell it. Here comes the Fishy again. Fishy! Going to catch Zephyrus yet again. Confucius gets down. Nocturne again getting melted. Just does not have the health in this situation. And then Jackson now in trouble. And I think Total Control... They got a little bit too excited for their 2 kills there, and they ran a little bit too far in, managing to lose 2 kills after getting 2 free kills. The one thing you don't want to do is lose 2 by chasing too far, and I think they're a little bit too eager to try and get as much advantage as they can. They are behind in this game, and they do need all the advantages they can get, but I think that was a little bit too much, and now Refiance are going to be respawning, have their health and mana all back and regenerated. And they're going to be able to push down even more turrets now. It's 20 seconds out for Ari, 10 seconds out for Nocturne, and Team Refiance are already knocking on their first middle inhibitor turret. Not good, in short.
Yeah, Mundo not even caring about the turret there.
No, he's got more than enough
Says
health.
that's fine, I'll tank it even though there's minions.
35.
Actually, out of curiosity, can they, is there, like, game sounds on stream? Can they hear when Fizz uses his ult?
Yes, I think they can. I don't think they can hear the, They're not that loud, so they can hear some of the stuff, like, they can hear the announcer, actually. I don't know how many times I can hear him say whatever he says when he ults. Something cute and fizzy. But yeah, that is the middle inhibitor turret and the inhibitor going down there.
He says shark!
Oh, he does too. I don't know if they can hit. Oh, Trinity Force of Fizz now, that's not good. And Shots is going to just tank straight in there as Shine the Waters comes out. Confucius getting caught again, just does not have the health to tank all this damage. Going to flash out over the wall, but oh no, now the carries are getting caught. Cannon actually ults over the top, not a problem. Picking up Ash there, and I think it's maybe all she wrote here for Total Control. It was a good run, they had an incredible second game, but I just don't know if they can... Oh wow, just tower diving happening. Graves out almost picking up two people that was trying to get shot straight in the back. And I think Team Refiance's mid-game, the way they played it, just too good. And I think that will be the third and final game in this best of 3 scrim, most likely going to Team Refiance.
It looks like Staky's going to go down to
Warwick. Gets in there for a last-minute kill, but yeah, I think that's going to be it at this point. Despite the fact they don't have an AD, I think they're going to be able to take out these turrets. Not a problem. And good game, well played. There's a surrender coming out as well. They didn't go for the double explosion. I'm very sad. But good game, well played to Team Refiance. They will take the scrim 2-1 with a very impressive last game. That was awesome to watch, guys.